Darling, I really think that...
Julian, stop fussing, okay? I have to get to the ER. Jonathan's fever is still not down.
You told the nurse to give him the medicine you prescribed. There's no need for you to go back down there. What? Stay here. Some of this clam chowder. I'll get you some more coffee as well.
Julian, a good doctor stays with their patient. That's why they call them attending physicians.
Eve, it's not a good idea for you to go back to the ER. You have been drinking.
Just a little bit. I mean, it's not as if I'm drunk or anything.
I can smell it on your breath, and if I can smell it, then everyone down in the ER will be able to smell it as well.
Oh.
I just don't want you to put your reputation at risk. I mean, if anything were to go wrong down there, I mean, if they found out that you'd been drinking on duty, even just a little, you could lose your license, or worse.
Oh, Julian. Stop being such a worrywart. Nothing's going to go wrong.
Eve, I really think that you should listen to me.
Julian, honey, please. I appreciate your concern, but you are overreacting. I'm fine. I'm not drunk. I just had just a little sip from the bottle.
You smell of liquor.
Oh, I do not. Look, I have to go back to the ER, and I've got to make sure that Jonathan's fever is down.
I am worried about you.
Oh, I gathered that.
I mean, you've been under a lot of stress lately, and going back to the ER is just going to add to it. I mean, let another doctor handle the situation.
Well, I admit I'm not at my best. So when I came in here before, I thought I heard Vincent's voice again, and that is what made me reach for a drink in the first place.
My darling, our son is dead.
I know. It just seems very real.
Now, look, it really wouldn't hurt to have a bite to eat. The baby's in capable hands. You can check on him later. And I brought you a clam chowder, your favorite. There's no use letting it get cold.
I am a little hungry.
Well, good. I mean, just have something to eat. I'll get you some coffee and sober you up.
You know, it doesn't really. I mean, it wakes you up so that you stay drunk longer. I mean, that is, if I was drunk, which I'm not.
No, of course not. But you really don't want people to think that you've been drinking on duty, right? I mean, you can all go down and you can check on the baby later. Right now, what you should do is have your soup, and we'll get you some coffee. You know, Eve, I've seen you perform miracles as a doctor, and I know you care more for your patients than any doctor I've ever seen.
Thank you, Julian.
But you know what can happen to someone's reputation once the whispering starts. You really don't want to go back to the ER and have people smell liquor on your breath.
You're right. Now I'm just going to eat my soup before I go back to the ER, and I'll even let you force me to drink some horrible hospital coffee.
All right, that's the ticket.
And besides, I'm sure that the medication I prescribed for Jonathan is working. He'll be perfectly healthy in no time.
Here's that coffee I promised you.
Thank you.
Anything wrong?
No, nothing.
Liar.
I keep thinking about Vincent.
Eve.
I know that he's dead, that all the DNA evidence points that way. But I swear, Julian, I see him and I hear him, and if that sounds crazy, then I'm sorry I can't do anything about that. Maybe I really am crazy.
No. We've been over this more than once, and I just don't know how to respond anymore.
Every rational bone in my body tells me that he's dead, but my heart tells me that he's alive.
I'm not judging you. We're at an impasse here. I think maybe we should just go. Just get out of town, and leave of absence to clear your head.
That sounds like a good idea. It's not like I have any family keeping me here.
No, I like to think that I'm your family, right? We could take a trip. We could go to Paris. We could No. Someplace quiet. There's a palazzo in Venice that I've rented before. We could go there. The tourists are mostly gone by now. And, better yet, we could get a farmhouse in Tuscany, just the two of us, and some woman to cook our meals. I mean, Italy is so beautiful this time of year.
Why don't you just pop me in a mental clinic in Switzerland and just be done with it?
Eve, don't be that way. I just want what's best for you.
I know, Julian, and thank you. I think a trip is a lovely idea. But I have to finish things up here first. So when I know that Gwen and Ethan's baby is doing better and he's going to be okay, then we can start planning a trip.
You're sure you're up to finishing your shift?
Well, Doctor, I have eaten all of my soup like a very good girl, and I can drink my coffee on the way down to the ER. Are you satisfied?
I just want what's best for you.
I know you do. And so do I, but first things first. So let's go down to the ER, because I want to make sure that medication I prescribed for Jonathan is bringing his fever down. And I can't wait to see Ethan and Gwen's face when I tell them that their little baby Jonathan is going to be just fine. I heard that code blue. Let me find out what it's about.
Oh, no.
Gwen, get out of my way. I've got to go in and help Jonathan.
Oh, whoa. Gwen, control yourself.
Get out of here. You have done enough.
What is wrong with you?
What is wrong with me? Eve, my son could die because of you. Don't you ever go near Jonathan ever again. Get out of here.